The 33rd Mechanized Brigade conducted an operation against opposing infantry in the village of Bahesia in the Donetsk region. In this high-risk mission, units carried out coordinated house-to-house searches, supported by reconnaissance drones. FPV platforms first carried out precision engagements on structures where enemy personnel were positioned, after which Ukrainian units entered and secured the buildings. They systematically checked each location, including basements, garages, and shelter areas where opposing soldiers were believed to be fortifying positions. During the operation, one Russian serviceman attempted to relocate from a house to a garage, but drone surveillance continuously monitored movements in the area, allowing forces to address each newly occupied position. According to reports, the settlement remains under Ukrainian control. The Ukrainian 3rd Assault Brigade, meanwhile, launched an infiltration maneuver toward Russian defensive positions. Soldiers covertly crossed the line of contact and approached trench systems. After observing movement inside the Russian lines, FPV drones were deployed. The trenches were first targeted with precise strikes, and later Ukrainian infantry entered and secured the area. A drone patrol detected Russian soldiers within a forest belt. Following the detection, the area was brought under fire and later confirmed as cleared. One of the soldiers attempted to remain hidden, but was eventually located and engaged by a drone. The initial impact did not fully activate, causing confusion, but a moment later, the drone's mechanism functioned and neutralized the threat. Another Russian soldier attempted to remain motionless in dense vegetation, aware that a drone was tracking him, but he was ultimately unable to evade. In a separate incident, 2 Russian soldiers hiding in a ruined house near the town of Suny were identified. After several adjustment shots, Ukrainian artillery delivered accurate fire on the location, eliminating the threat and destroying the structure. An interesting moment followed when a Russian FPV drone pursued 2 Ukrainian soldiers. Their automatic rifles were ineffective at that angle, but one soldier switched to a pump-action shotgun and successfully disabled the drone. Later, footage shows a Ukrainian soldier operating a captured Russian Cord heavy machine gun. Russian forces had originally deployed the weapon to suppress advancing Ukrainian units, as its effective range of up to 2,000 meters makes it valuable for defensive operations. A separate reconnaissance flight spotted a Russian soldier incapacitated from an earlier strike. He showed minimal movement, unaware that another FPV drone had already been dispatched. The drone approached carefully and carried out a side-angle strike, rendering him unable to continue. A newly discovered Russian hideout with 2 soldiers inside was identified. After location confirmation, a Ukrainian drone approached the entrance and executed a precise strike, blocking the access point and forcing Russian troops to find alternative routes. During routine drone patrols, an FPV drone flew across pathways previously used by Russian units. After navigating defensive obstacles known as Dragon's Teeth, the drone identified a Russian soldier moving toward his lines and conducted a precision strike. Surveillance drones later confirmed the result. Elsewhere between agricultural fields, movement was detected. Upon closer inspection, a Russian soldier concealed among vegetation was located. Coordinates were passed to drone operators, and an FPV drone subsequently executed a targeted strike. In a pine forest, drones identified bunker structures used by Russian forces. Since some entrances were unprotected, drones were able to enter directly and engage from inside, causing structural damage. Follow-up drones were sent to collapse entrances and render the bunkers inoperable. Additional footage shows strikes against Russian motorcycles and quad bikes used for rapid movement between positions. Several vehicles hidden among trees were also disabled after reconnaissance drones marked their coordinates. One sequence shows a Russian vehicle transporting ammunition being struck, leading to secondary explosions. A separate Ukrainian FPV drone engaged a Russian MLRS system that appeared to be loaded, also causing a significant detonation. In the Andria area, in which Russia claims to control, a lone Russian soldier was tracked by reconnaissance drones. After monitoring him for some time, an FPV drone was launched. The soldier attempted to shoot it down but was unable to land a hit. The drone circled back and executed a precise strike. 2 Russian soldiers advancing along a forest line were tracked for several minutes. An FPV drone then closed in rapidly, neutralizing one and incapacitating the other. demonstrating the integration of surveillance and immediate drone response in modern warfare. Elsewhere, soldiers resting among trees were detected. Drones targeted their position, and when one soldier attempted to relocate to a nearby shelter, a second drone struck the new location. Another soldier who could not leave the area was targeted by drone-deployed munitions. Near Tat, 2 Russian soldiers establishing new positions were observed. After their coordinates were confirmed, Ukrainian mortar units fired on the area. One soldier was immediately rendered unable to continue, while another attempted to take cover behind trees. An FPV drone was subsequently launched to address the remaining target. In the Stabilsk sector, a Russian serviceman attempting to move past Ukrainian lines was detected by the 414th Maguire's Birds FPV group. The soldier saw the approaching drone, but appeared too exhausted to escape. Moments later, the drone delivered its strike. Russian troops recently entering trenches in another region were tracked by the 154th Mechanized Artillery Company. Mortar fire targeted trench systems, causing the group to disperse and retreat while carrying injured personnel. Ukrainian Sim Battalion also carried out strikes in the Lyman direction, hitting Russian logistics assets, including fuel trucks, supply carriers, and ammunition vehicles. These actions significantly disrupted Russian resupply routes. Additional drone footage shows a Russian soldier walking near the front line, who was then targeted by a fiber-optic FPV drone operated by the Kalibri unit of the 152nd Jaeger Brigade at the Pokrovsk front. Similar operations were conducted by units of the 414th UAS Brigade, known as the Worm Busters, neutralizing Russian soldiers attempting to advance or evade. What are your thoughts on the use of FPV drones in modern warfare? Share your perspective in the comments below. Your support through likes and subscriptions helps us continue producing detailed battlefield reports and analysis.